it's that card girl, and today we're going to be taking a look at Magic the Gathering's Lorwyn Eclipsed Bundle. It lets you know on the front that this comes with 9 play boosters, but there's some other goodies in here as well. Before we get there though, we're going to finish taking a look at the gorgeous outside sleeve that this product is wrapped up in. See, I told you it comes with some more stuff. It gives you a picture view of what all is inside on the back. I do love the dual tone easy open tabs that they have on the Magic the Gathering products, and I really enjoy how on one side of this box it sticks out so you can see it, but the other side it blends in. But let's go ahead and see me fail at this easy open tab and get this box opened up so we can see what all's inside. Now, I know that Magic the Gathering calls this the bundle, but Hans and I come from Pokemon first, so we've been calling this the ETB. Now that we've got the card storage box pulled out, we can also see our awesome little art print that came inside. I really dig this one, honestly. And then on the back, it tells you some other products that they have available for this set of Magic. Back to the box though, it has the same art that's on the outside sleeve on both sides. And aside from this being a way to package everything up and get it in your hands, it also is great for storing cards as well. Let's get a quick peek at the inside of the box. I love how the oversized spin down counter has its own gigantic section. Let's go ahead and get this pulled out though, so we can see that they have actual useful stuff in this cardboard. It's pretty cool that you can punch this out and get different damage markers and tokens and condition markers. I always enjoy whenever a TCG makes their packaging functional. Let's go ahead and get a closer look at what else came inside this box. One of the packs is trying to stay behind. We'll first off take a look at our oversized spin down counter, which is kind of like a D20 except the numbers are all in order. Next up we have 2 wrapped packets of cards. We'll take a look at this one first, which lets you know on it is the regular bundle. And this bundle has 5 full art basic land cards and 10 basic land cards. You know, Hans has a thing for Dawn cards in the One Piece card game, and I'm starting to learn that I have a thing for full art land cards in Magic. And in the back of this bundle is 2 cards that have a bit of the basics of Magic, including how to cast spells, attacking and blocking, the order of a turn, and different formats of Magic. And then we have our second wrap bundle, which this one says is the Premium Bundle. And on the front of this bundle, we have the Alt Art Traditional Foil Kin Binding. And if you notice in the bottom left corner, it has a P and says bundle, which lets you know that this is the promo from the bundle. And the rest of the cards in this pack is 5 full art foil basic lands and 10 foil basic lands. And that leaves us with our 9 play boosters. Do you remember a video a while back where I was opening Lorwyn and I said that I was going to make a video where I talked a bit about the history of Lorwyn and Shadowmoor? Well, this is that video. And this isn't going to be the Lorwyn Eclipsed specific history of Lorwyn and Shadowmoor, but just a basic overview of what they are for other people like Hans and myself who are new to Magic. Lorwyn and Shadowmoor are one of over 24 planes in the Magic the Gathering game, and no humans naturally occurring live in this plane. Ooh, this is one of my favorite cards from the set, even though it's really basic. But anyways, where was I? So Lorwyn is pretty much day, all the time, and Shadowmoor is night. And we got a mythic Oko Lorwyn Leech. But Lorwyn and Shadowmoor switch every 300 years thanks to the Great Aurora, which is a word that I struggle to say. So for 300 years, it would be Lorwyn. Daytime all the time with the sun going across the sky but never setting. There'd be lush green forests, and really just kind of think happy fairy tale. At least that's what I think. And then after 300 years, it would switch over to Shadowmoor, where it's always night. The moon traveling across the sky, but never fully setting. And I think of it more of kind of evil forest, Grimm's Brother fairy tale sort of stuff. Where Lorwyn is very green, Shadowmoor has almost no green or greenery at all. And what about the people who live in Lorwyn whenever it turns to Shadowmoor? Well, they transform as well, with most of them not retaining any of their memories of their previous selves. New creatures emerge in Shadowmoor and show their darker sides and features, with some of them changing entirely from one species to another. Mind you, the elves are the only ones with sort of a positive change, and all the Fae stay the same since they're unpredictable and mischievous. So Lorwyn and Shadowmoor existed as two sides of the same coin, two versions of the same plane, switching back and forth every 300 years for thousands of years. But now, with Lorwyn Eclipsed, things are changing. The two halves of this plane are mending and becoming one. All thanks to Una, who's the queen and mother of fairies, being destroyed. And when she was defeated, something changed. Depending on how you look at it, Lorwyn Shadowmoor was either fixed or broken. But now, both Lorwyn and Shadowmoor exist simultaneously, with some sections of the plane being Lorwyn and some sections being Shadowmoor. And sometimes those sections and the boundaries shift. If you're in Lorwyn, you are your Lorwyn self. And if you're in Shadowmoor, you're your Shadowmoor self. Although more seem to be remembering their other versions of their selves simultaneously, and they don't quite know which version of them is the real version of them. When you cross over between Lorwyn and Shadowmoor, the chances are pretty big that you're gonna change from your Lorwyn self to your Shadowmoor self. And, you know, there's a name for crossing between the two, and it's different depending on which way you go. Lorwyn to Shadowmoor is Eventide, and the other way around is Morningtide, which is pretty easy to remember because if you're going from Lorwyn to Shadowmoor, you're going from day to night, and it's Eventide, like evening time. And if you're going from Shadowmoor to Lorwyn, you're going from day to night, so Morningtide. I'm gonna be honest, Magic the Gathering has some pretty convoluted and complicated stories and different mechanics, but I do really love and have definitely got down the difference between Eventide, and Morningtide, even if I can't say them right all the time. Now, there is so much more to the story of Shadowmoor and Lorwyn. Ooh, look, it says Showcase Morkant's Loyalist. That's pretty cool. I do really enjoy the showcases. Oh, and it's followed up by another mythic Oko Lorwyn Liege. Alrighty. Where was I? Oh, yes. There is so much more in-depthness to the history of Lorwyn and Shadowmoor, and there's a lot that I've left out. And my history that I just gave you is just a scratch on the surface and a really basic understanding from somebody who's new to the TCG. People have hour-long videos going over Lorwyn and Shadowmoor, and honestly, they're really kind of fascinating. I would definitely suggest searching out for Lorwyn and Shadowmoor history videos that are longer if you were at all interested in what I was telling you, because trust me, I have watched quite a few of them, and I still think it is super cool how this plane works. Ooh, a Showcase Eclipsed Elf! I'm really glad that this is the set that Hans and I got into Magic the Gathering on. Even though I kinda wanted to dip my toes in during Bloomburrow, but that's just cause cute hamsters. Now, I have quite a few pages of notes about the history of Lorwyn and Shadowmoor, but I think that basic overview is about as far as I'm gonna go right now. If you're interested in deeper dives, definitely make sure to check out some other content creators that have put them out, but also let me know down in the comments if you'd be interested in seeing videos talking about the history of the sets or the story behind the sets of both Magic and Lorcana. Now, let's just go ahead and see what these last 5 packs of Lorwyn Eclipsed have in store for us. Our rare is the Selfless Safe Right. Before I get much further, I do want to remind you that we put out new videos every Monday, Wednesday, and Friday with shorts on Sundays. We focus mainly on Magic the Gathering, Pokemon, Lorcana, Gundam, and One Piece. Make sure you're following us over on Instagram if you haven't already at thatcardgirl.tcg. There's a link for it down in the description. And speaking of links, there's a link to our Discord channel down there as well. A rare High Perfect Morkant, followed up by a borderless Grub Storied Matriarch. Now, play boosters are all fun and games, and they're great for playing the game, but everybody has to enjoy a collector booster, right? Well, what if I let you know that if you go over to our post tab or check the link in the description, we're going to be doing a giveaway for our 1-year channel anniversary, and you have a chance to win a collector booster of Spider-Man for Magic the Gathering. And if you're interested in any of the other TCGs that we cover, we are giving away something for each TCG. You do have to be subscribed to enter the giveaway, and entries are going to be closing on March 31st, and the winner is going to be selected on April 1st. So make sure after you finish watching the video that you go ahead and check out the link in the description or the post on our post tab so you can get entered into the giveaway. A Mythic Curious Colossus. Okay, Bloomspine is so much prettier in foil than it is non-foil. Just saying. Now we're on to our last pack of Lorwyn Eclipsed for this bundle, so let's see if it has any last pack magic in it. A rare Twilight Diviner, and a foil rare Harmonized Crescendo. Like, comment, subscribe, and tell your favorite amateur historian about us. That Card Girl out!